I think so.
All right, let's fucking do this thing then.
Waking up is the biggest scam in human history. What on God's green earth do you mean I was unconscious for 8 hours? My brain's hallucinating the whole time, putting on the biggest performance, like the dramatic attention seeker that it is, and I still woke up tired. Like, it's the biggest scam. It's a scam. Someone's scamming me and then I have to drink marinated fucking bean water to wake up. This is bullshit.
Marinated bean water.
It really is fucking bullshit. What is going on, losers? Welcome to the Lost Losers Podcast. I am your host, Mr. John McQuett. Joining me once again,
oh my God, who the hell cares?
young Jamie Fordley coming out of Ashland, Kentucky. How are you
Yes,
doing,
sir.
buddy?
Pretty good.
How are you doing, young nephew? You doing all right?
I think so.
Are you alive? You're well. I hope everyone is doing okay. So once again, before we get too far into this podcast, if you're listening wherever you listen to your podcast, Spotify, Apple Music, leave us a 5-star review, share with your friends. If you're watching us on YouTube or Spotify or YouTube, actually you can watch it on Spotify or Rumble, share, like, subscribe. If you want to be a really good person, go to our Patreon channel. It's $5 a month. You get the episode a day early. Plus, you get the Kelly's Drive Home podcast,
Yeah.
which is slowly becoming everyone's favorite podcast because these things are just out of control. These are things that we like to say out loud that would get us canceled before we become famous. So go listen to those. If you want some merch, go to lostlosers.com. Other than that, I got nothing. So it's the first time listening to this podcast. We like to kick off the podcast with the wishes of the week. That's the weird and interesting shit that has happened to us throughout that week. That's basically me and James' favorite time to, well, work on our stand-up bits, and because we think we're stand-up comedians, but we're bad at it because, one, we've never done stand-up, and two, well, we think we're funny. So let's go. James, what you got going on, buddy?
Nothing much. I had a decent week. Haven and I had a little day date this week. We went to I thought it was a newer bookstore up in Cicada, but apparently they've been open for like 4 years. But it was a coffee shop bookstore, but it was only like donated books that were like previously used and stuff like that. And awesome little place. They had a little area you could sit in and like
what's the name? Hold on. Time out. What's the
Cicada Books
in
Huntington, West Virginia.
Okay, give it a shout out if you're okay.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
It was such a sick little place. It had like these purple marble floor all throughout it. There was a little area with a bunch of tapestries and antique couches and stuff you could hang out in. It was fucking awesome. We got a Walt Disney and Salvador Dali art book for like our coffee table book and stuff like that. And it was super cool. Like, just they had an entire area just of art books, of cooking books, of mystery, science, just everything. It was really cool. And then I messaged my dealer while we were there. No, I promise it's hilarious because I messaged my dealer because we were going to go to his place after.
Wait. Time out. This is why I'm laughing right now. Do you realize the transition that just happened? You're like, oh, we had a fun family fun day. We went to this family fun place. You're like, and then I messaged my dealer, and then you just rolled on to that.
Yeah, right, because I
like, just think about that for a minute.
Oh yeah, it's marinate. I messaged him and he was like, oh yeah, my buddy's the owner of the place and was offering to come over to hang out with us because he's also my friend. Like, my buddy James, me and him hang out quite often. But he offered to come over, and I was like, we're just drinking coffee. We're gonna head out pretty soon to go to a different bookstore.
Like,
What?
just like,
What the fuck?
like that keeps going through my head. You're like, oh, dude, I agree. And then I messed my dealer. You know,
Yeah,
it's
well,
like
it's fine.
that's like, yeah, I was eating a corn dog and then I stabbed a guy. That's how that just happened.
With the corn dog.
What are you, Steven Seagal?
But it was a fucking awesome place. We just hung out, walked around the city a little bit. It was the first day. It was getting really cold here, and then it snowed yesterday, but I don't want it to be winter yet. I don't like the fucking cold. Fuck this.
I want to move to Key West. Like, fuck the dumb shit.
Take us with. I'm down.
I'd like Key West. Like, I would have, like, if I would have won the Powerball $1 billion, that you would have known there would have been signs, because I would have bought like 18 real estates and a square block of Key West, and they'd be like, what the fuck just happened here? This dude just built a compound in Key West. Oh yeah, we've been hurricane proofed, flood proof. It would have been great. That's what I would spend my $1 billion on, because I'm tired. Like, I've been cold. I've seen snow. Fuck this shit. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
snowed,
Like, fuck
yeah.
this shit. Oh,
I woke up yesterday to snow coming down, and I just laid back down.
hold on. I should probably get a warning as we get too much farther in this podcast. Ladies and
What?
gentlemen.
Oh, we are both very intoxicated.
Yeah. So we decided to record this podcast a day early. You usually record this podcast on Sundays. But we decided to record this podcast on a Saturday, and someone decided to start day drinking. And then someone decided to bring their nephew involved and was like, hey man, let's record the podcast a day early.
Yeah.
Let's have a couple of beverages while we're doing it. And well, those couple of beverages turned into a lot of beverages. So here we are. I hope you guys are enjoying this. All right. So if we say something offensive from here on out, just know we mean it out of love. And we might have been slightly intoxicated. It's all out of humor.
Slightly.
It's literally out of humor from here on out. Fuck them.
I'm
All right,
on
so I'm
water
sorry.
at this point because of how much I've drank.
I'm not. Still going like a champion. All
But-
right, where are we at?
Had a fucking awesome day and everything. And then I think it was the night that we got back from that and everything. I got called by Allison, my sister, and she was giving me an update on Wilder. And they had a doctor's appointment and stuff yesterday, I think it was, but I haven't gotten any update from that. But she's up to like 2 centimeters dilated already and stuff like that. She's already had a few false contractions. I don't know what they're called again.
You're right. You're nailing it. You're fine. I talked to your sister yesterday. You're fine. You're good. You're so going.
And I'm scared. It's gonna be any fucking second.
Dude,
This
you're fine.
motherfucker's
Why are you?
popping
Dude, you're fine.
I'm not like scared, but it's just like,
no.
This
It's
motherfucker's coming. This motherfucker's coming.
Well, he's coming no matter what you like it or not right now. But he's fine. He's going to be okay.
Oh
Like,
yeah, no.
You on the other hand,
he's well enough along and everything. He'll be totally safe. But
like your freak out is just like everyone else's freak out.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I mean.
On the first nephew or grandchild, when you hold, or baby of your own, when you hold it in your arm, you're like, oh, this is a living fucking thing. This isn't a puppy. I can't give this to the Humane Society. What the fuck am I gonna do with it?
Yeah, exactly.
No, dude, being an uncle is the best. You know
I'm
why?
excited as shit.
Being an uncle is the best because you get to hold them. You get to fucking do everything. If it shits in itself, you get to hand it back off to someone who changed it. when it gets older, you get to teach all the cuss words. And when it gets a little bit older, you get to have life lessons and go, hey, man, it's okay. You're going to be fine. You're just going to be okay. You're going to be just fine. But hear me out for a second.
How old were you when I was born?
So you're 21.
Yeah.
I was 20. Let's see.
Okay.
All right. So in the history of me and young James, me and James's dad was in A school together. And that was in 2001. Let's see. I went to boot camp.
2000.
2001.
I think it was 2000 because I was born in 2001 early.
No. So, so 2001. Yeah. So 2001. So
I was already around.
You're already around. I didn't know you. So you're already around. So here's how this all kind of planned out.
Yeah.
So I met your dad in March of 2001 because I went to boot camp in August of 2000. And then that's when I met your dad. And you were already, I think your mom was pregnant with you when I first met your dad. And then all of a sudden you were out like 2 seconds later.
Yeah, it would have been quick because I think you guys would have met early in the year when you would have been shipped out.
No, we're in A school. I was in Tech Corps actually when I met your dad.
Okay.
So and then me and your dad went to A school together. And then we left. I went to San Diego to be on the Tarawa and to go to C school. And then your dad ended up in San Diego, was on C school. I was almost done with C school. And then I left C school, went to my command to the Thomas S. Gates. And then your dad showed up to pick up his ship when I was still on the Thomas S. Gates. And then when Katrina hit, you guys were in Jacksonville because of all that. And that's where all of those shenanigans after that happened.
And our first townhouse before we moved in with Mama and Papa. Yeah.
And the best part about your dad was my ship was decomming. And your dad was on heartfelt orders to the air base in Jacksonville, Florida. I can't forget the air base there, the Naval Air Base in Jacksonville, Florida. And he was on heartfelt orders there working for the command master chief. And this is what your dad said. Your dad
Green.
Yeah, your dad went into the command master chief and goes, hey, I have a buddy of mine. His ship's being decommed. There's nothing for him to do. He's literally just waiting out his orders. Can you get him TAD orders over here? And the command master chief went, yep, no problem. And got me TAD orders there for like 3 months. And I was TAD orders, and all I had to do was call in. And your dad was like, you have to take my kids to school. That's why I had to take you guys to school every morning. Your dad had to sleep and got to sleep in.
Master Chief Green was so fucking awesome. He's had some articles in the Navy Times about him. I don't know what specifically about. I've seen his picture on it plenty of times, but absolutely amazing dude. I would go hang out with him for the day. When I was little, Dad would just drop me off at his office, and he would like take me around the base with him and everything.
He was like, I just had to call into him, but your dad was just like, I would call into match. I'm like, so here's the fun fact.
Loved me.
No, hold on.
Awesome.
Here's the fun fact about living with the Fortney is that not many people know. And their condo. They had a 3-bedroom condo.
It was a 2-floor. It was ridiculous.
And a 2.5 bath.
Yep.
Master bedroom. Allison's room. Jamie's room. Uncle Biscuit slept in the beanbag in the living room. So when I had watch or anything like that, or duty or anything like that, There is no privacy for me. Everyone got to wake me up. So when I finally got those orders that kind of bypassed my decommissioned,
Yep.
and I never had to do all that bullshit, and I got to get off the ship a little bit earlier. Your dad, all I had to do was call in the Master Chief. Hey, Master Chief, I'm still alive. Blah blah. That's all I had to do. Your dad used to have to go into work.
Yeah.
Your dad would be like, "Did you take my?" He would call me to take James to school. Like, no, taking you and your sister, that was my responsibility.
To preschool and stuff. Yeah.
That's horseshit, especially for a guy in his early 20s and who's single. And that's how it ended with the preschool teacher. That's your dad's fault. See, told you.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Mom was
ladies and
going
gentlemen.
to
If this,
massage
yeah,
school.
sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This podcast might get a little wild. We'll get into it. All right, sorry. Back to the wishes. I'm sorry, I took it over for a minute.
No, you're good.
I'm drunk.
But yeah, it's
Enjoy.
nothing much. I'm excited to start being an uncle and everything. And yesterday I had an interview at Cheddar's, which is like a Olive Garden branch restaurant.
Ponderosa.
Yeah. And for being a line cook and stuff again after so many years, which hopefully I'm really excited about it. I think I'll be good and everything, but went really well. The interviewer, Ahmad, I don't know his last name yet. He was in college football and stuff like that. He played with like Marshawn Lynch or someone, he said. And I was like, huh? What the fuck? And completely like caught me off guard during the interview. But I took that, and he started making a bunch of football analogies to reference his kitchen, how he managed it and stuff like that as a coach. And I just started trying to connect it to my high school experience of doing shot put, and the coach of the football team always bugging me to come over there because I was powerlifting and doing all that at the time. And it was just a fucking click off the bat. And he immediately saw that I wasn't a fucking generic white dude number 2 from around here. And it was just awesome. And it went super well. He hired me on the spot and everything. And so I'm fucking excited. And yeah, I think it'll be really good. I start on the 28th.
Yeah, man.
And yeah.
Good for you, dude.
Yeah.
Good for you. You know, starting a new job, starting everything else. That's amazing. Good for you. Anything else going on in your life? Did you freeze on me? Why do I feel like this might have ended badly?
I see you for okay, we're good.
All right.
Yeah.
Everything else good, bud? I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
I hear
everyone,
you
for
totally
the.
fine.
I'm sorry, everyone, if that was a little hiccup.
We both froze for a second, but nothing much that I want to spill the beans on here, but just getting ready to put my head down and really save up money and be a military kid. Gonna start school so I can pocket that money also and get the fuck out of Kentucky. That's
Right
my
on.
fucking goal.
There you go, man. You'll get it, dude. If you want to get out of there, dude, you'll get it. You'll be all
Yeah.
right. You'll be all right, man. Just keep
Fuck
your head to the
Kentucky.
grindstone.
Fuck this turtle of a governor we have.
Well, they just signed a bill for medical marijuana.
Oh, it's been signed since 2022
No, he just signed
or
it.
2020. It's been signed since 2020, like early, and they just haven't done shit about it.
No.
So fuck them. No, I need to get the fuck out of here. And it's medical. Who gives a fuck? It needs to be recreational.
We'll see. Yeah. Huh? All right. So,
But I'm getting the fuck out of Kentucky. That's my plan right now. But what's up with you? What happened with you?
let me tell you all some stories. So, everyone who knows, I have the best friends ever. for the simple fact that most of my friends are veterans and they like to call me in their moment of times just to fuck with me because they know what's going on in my life. Because if you've ever been in the service, these are gentlemen that you aren't afraid to say, I love you too. And you would be more than happy to have, like, these are the best neighbors. Like, if you ever in the service, those friends are your best neighbors. And this is how, like, you have best friends. And this is also, how you're getting old at the same time. When your friends have dad moments like this.
Hmm.
So I'm sitting in the house the other day and I get home from work and I'm sitting here digressing from work. And most people know I don't usually drink through the week anymore because, well, I'm old. And sitting
Real
here and I
quick.
get a picture from a
Real
friend.
quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. I'm gonna put you on speaker. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna piss out the window. I'll be right back.
Jesus Christ. Tell everyone about your life. Like, fucking like, I don't even know how to respond to that right now. Like, pause me in the middle of the story to say, hey, I'm going to go pee out of a window. And then I'll bring back to you. So, be back to you. So we can do the thing. But for once, it's nice to know that Jamie is not squatting to pee like the female we know that he is. Like, seriously, in the middle of a podcast, instead of saying, hey, can you pause for a second? Or, hey, what the hell is going on? This dude whips out his Harvey Weinstein dick to go pee out of a window. All right, where the fuck was I in your story?
Up to you, B.
All right. So.
I'm back. What do you mean? I'm good.
Oh, dude, I just shit on you.
I heard all of it.
All right, good for you, Harvey Weinstein, fucking deformed penis licking motherfucker. I love you. I know. I'm just fucking with you. Everyone know. And listen, guys, I'm fucking with everyone tonight. It's all love today.
I got a window right there.
I'm crossfaded right now recording this podcast, and it's all love from here on out. All right, you guys might think it sounded aggressive, but it's not. It's me pointing out the hypocrisies and the fun facts from going on forward. So, I get a fucking photo, text messages from a buddy of mine earlier this week. And in the background, because if you haven't noticed, in St. Louis, it's been fucking balls cold. And when I say balls cold, like witch's titty in a brass ball cold. Like a cold miner's ass, 900 feet deep, cold. I don't like it. My body don't like it. I'm over exaggerating.
It hasn't been that bad. It hasn't been that bad over here.
I know it's been freezing. I don't like freezing because my body hurts. So I get a text message. I get a photo, and all it is in the background is palm trees, sandy beaches, an ocean, and not one, not two, but 3 of 4 flights of a sampler of beers, empty. Says, I hope it's nice where you are. That's all it says. And I'm like, oh, this motherfucker. How dare you send me this picture when I'm freezing my fucking balls off? And the reason why I'm telling you all this story, because everyone needs friends like this. And this is also a story of how I'm getting old in my life, and all of our friends are getting old in our life, and how we are all turning into our own dads. Because if you receive a fucking text message like this, you are automatically going to FaceTime that friend. And you are going to fuck with them like I am. Because that's a good friend. So I did. And as soon as I FaceTime this guy, you know what he said? You have all 30 seconds. I am not on Wi-Fi. And I am not going to go over my data plan.
Who is this?
And I'm like, no, you don't know this person. And everybody who was in the service with me, who knows the group of friends that were on the Thomas S. Gates. Yeah, I'll narrow it down to that, ladies and gentlemen. And who's one of my good friends who asked to read him a bedtime story every fucking night. Yeah, fuck you. Knows who this person is. And knows this person, how they like to used to get drunk, and they still like to get drunk and used to clean things. But anyways, this person sends me this picture. And I'm like, oh, you fucking cunt. And then I call him to call him on FaceTime so I could look him dead in his eyes to call him this. And then he opened his phone. And as soon as I seen his face and it said connected, he goes, you have 30 seconds. I'm not on Wi-Fi. And I went, are you fucking serious? Who doesn't have an unlimited data plan right now? In this day and
Exactly.
age? And
Like,
he goes,
what do you?
and I'm like, what the fuck? Do you need to pee or something?
No, I just need to pause real quick.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're fucking up stories. James, we got to take a pause for a second. Real quick. All right. Back to my story after James had to go order food. So, my buddy who, did I say his name? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. This dude, it was like, you have 30 seconds. I'm like, who doesn't have a fucking Wi-Fi, all unlimited Wi-Fi plan? His
Yeah.
response was this.
Huh.
It's a work phone, and they dial me back after so long, and my wife gets upset if I don't call her. I'm going to allow it.
Uh-oh.
I am going to allow it.
How many times has he
Nope.
cheated?
Nope, there's no cheating, because anybody who knows this man, he's an angel. So I fucking said my piece with him. I'm like, you fucking jerk, send me a picture of a fucking beach and a palm tree while you're drinking while I'm sitting in 29-degree weather, you asshole. And I hang up the phone. I don't want to. His response was, I'll call you back when I get on Wi-Fi. And hangs up the phone. I'm like, fuck you. Don't call me. I don't want to hear you no more. I'm just calling you an asshole. That's all I wanted to do. I said my piece.
Yeah.
I got that out. Not even 15 seconds later, my phone rings and it's a FaceTime phone call from this guy. So I answer it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are times in your life when you're going to realize on where you are at in the age of your life, where things come into perspective. This was one of those for me. This right here put things in perspective for me on where I'm at and where my friends are at and their dad lives. Because this was a dad movement of all dad movements right here. So as soon as I picked up the phone from this guy, his response was, hey, man, I didn't know the brewery I was at had free Wi-Fi. I'd figure I'd call you back. That's where I'm at in my life, ladies and gentlemen. These are my friends, and I love them more than anything. And these are true friends. I will literally say I will love them to their face, and I don't give a fuck. That's a dad move. That's an ultimate dad move, and I don't even know how to describe it. And I was in tears laughing because as soon as he said that, I was already crying because I'm like, that's a dad move. And then it proceeded to get worse. And here's how.
Hmm.
So we talked for a few minutes, chit-chatting. I'm like, so what's going on in San Diego, in sunny San Diego where you're at? Because I know you're on there for a business trip when your wife is at home in the East Coast where it's getting pounded by snow and cold weather. And he goes, oh, it's not so bad. He goes, it's kind of nice. He goes, here's the cool part about it.
Me.
He goes, we got done a day early. My flight doesn't leave until 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So I get to hang out and I have a late checkout in my hotel room. So I get to go bar hopping and microbrewery hopping through San Diego while my wife is at home with the kids. I went, oh, you fucking
You're a
cunt.
Dickhead.
You
Yeah.
are
But
a cunt.
I would do the same thing.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I would totally
100%.
do the same thing. Like, what are you talking about?
You are living the dad life. And your wife, and I'm like, how did you get away with this? He goes, I make good money. My wife, I make good money. I pay the bills. I'm not cheating on my wife. That's why she allows me to do this shit. I'm like, buddy, I love you. Good on you. Bravo.
Yo.
What a cunt, though. What a cunt.
Wait, I have a question. The other day, I got told I have dad tattoos. What does that mean?
I'm not 100% on that one. You lost me on that one.
Yeah. Like, I was so confused.
I'm not for sure how to take that.
They were like, you got very, like, dad tattoos. And I was like, huh? What does that mean?
So that I don't know how to transition to that, but I'm going to
But go
transition right to
ahead.
my next
Yeah.
story.
I was wondering if you had any input on that.
No clue.
I was so just lost.
So I fucked up the other day. So Patreon folks, if you've heard this story, I'm sorry, but I'm going to tell it again here.
I'm excited.
So a lot of people know about my personal life that I don't like to talk too much about on here, but I have a lot of shit going on here in my personal life, and it doesn't matter. But I have
It'll be good soon.
fantastic fucking neighbors. If my neighbor's like, oh, you talk about us on your podcast a lot. I'm like, yeah, because you guys make me fucking giggle because you guys have wild shit going on, and I have nothing because where I'm at in my life. So my neighbors are fucking fantastic. I love them. They are truly near and dear to my heart.
Good people, yeah.
I could not have better neighbors. And that is true from here until the day I die.
Are you guys king of the hill on your street?
No, it's not like that. But my neighbors are fantastic. I love them.
Bobby Hill is the little Asian kid.
Here's how
next door.
great. No, here's how great my neighbors are. And I might have posted this. You might have, if you follow us on Instagram at loser_podcast on Instagram. You might have seen my Snapchat or my Instagram story about this. Dude, so my neighbors, I work obviously and I'm by myself and I have a lot of other things going on. So my neighbors obviously went out to dinner the other night and went to Mexican food and grabbed some Burger King for their daughter. And their daughter ordered extra. Yeah. Their daughter is not a big fan of she had cheer practice, something like that. And she wanted Burger King. And that's how they went out to dinner. The daughter was at somewhere else and she wanted Burger King. And that's how that worked out.
Oh, they went out and set the restaurant.
Just separate.
That makes more sense.
They went out separate.
Yeah.
And this is how amazing this family is. The daughter goes, hey, at Burger King, grab me this. I want extra fries, though. Didn't say why.
Okay.
The family went out and went to Mexican food, and they ordered extra meat and an extra side for their entrees, which isn't expensive or anything like that.
Yeah.
But they knew they were going to take it home. They're either A, going to eat it, But here's their actual option, and this is why the neighbors ever. They were like, hey, they text me the food. Like they got home and was like, hey, we have leftovers. Do you want these? These are for you if you want them. It was the extra fries, the extra shrimp, the extra fucking salsa, the extra and the extra shit.
Yeah.
And I went, fuck yes, I do, because I am tired and I don't want to cook food. And they're like, we ordered this extra for you, knowing that. I'm like, oh my God, you guys are amazing. I love you
Fuck yeah.
guys. They're the best. So I'm downstairs here. And as I grab the shrimp the shrimp plate, and like as I grab the food, my neighbor's wife always orders like the shrimp tacos with the Madoy hot sauce and the rice and the
Yeah.
beans. So it comes in one plate. You get the flour tortillas. Everyone knows where I'm at.
Oh yeah.
So when I grab the plate, she goes, hey, it's extra hot tonight. And I didn't even register to that. I'm like, it's always hot, but whatever. Wuss. I'm a beaner. I know this shit. So I get home and I'm scooping the plate together as I'm down here doing some other work, paying off some bills, doing things I do in my office here. And I kind of scoop it all together. And she left me one flour tortilla. So I just took the flour tortilla, went and grabbed a fucking handful of the shit.
Yep.
Bit into it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is what the fucking doctor ordered.
Was it too hot though?
No. So I ate
All
it.
right.
It was a little spicy. It was. So I was eating it. And I'm like, this is good. About halfway through, I bit into one. And I went, oh, that was a soggy shrimp. That's weird. That's a soggy shrimp.
Uh-oh.
That shouldn't be there. And then I swallowed it. Then I knew right then and there it wasn't a shrimp. And then I remembered what my neighbor's wife told me about it being extra spicy.
Oh, it was a
And
full
then I
pepper.
looked down at the plate and realized there was still habaneros in the plate.
Nice.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am 41 years old, and that just happened a couple of weeks or about a week ago, and I knew where my body sat in life. I went, okay, I can get past this. It's going to be okay.
Yeah. I can eat like pickled habaneros. They're good.
Clearly, I wasn't expecting the next morning.
What
So
do you
I get up
mean? They're not that bad.
No, I got up the next morning. They're not that bad. They're a little spicy. They're a little extra tender. And I get it. Next morning, I got up, did my PT exercises, did everything I needed to do. And right before I got in the shower, all of a sudden, my belly did a rumble. Dad needed to do some business.
No.
And it felt like a flamethrower was coming out my butthole. I went, okay, I deserve this for those delicious tacos. I'm okay with it. That finished, I get in the shower and I get dressed. And right before I walked out the door to go to work, it happened again. And I chalk that up as I deserve this because of these delicious tacos, those delicious tacos. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have about a 45-minute drive to work. And I left for work thinking everything was going to be okay. The last 10 minutes of my drive to work were very touch and go. Only for me to show up to the store that I was supposed to be at and clock on at 6 o'clock in the morning was still closed because the store manager wasn't quite there yet. So not only am I sitting on a fucking time bomb of bubbly guts, but now I'm looking at a dead store where I can't go in and get rid of this. Only for me to call the store manager and go, hey, man, I didn't know you were coming. I'll be there in an hour. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we're on a problem. So not only did I put my truck in reverse, and leave out of that parking lot to find the nearest gas station. But the gas station that was a quarter mile down the road, if you would find the fucking footage, security footage, it probably looked at me being shot out of a cannon out of my truck, gripping my butthole, running towards the bathroom. I bet I look like Lloyd Christmas from fucking Dumb and Dumber on the fucking toilet. It hurt so bad. I can't fucking describe the pain. But thank God I made it. I almost called it to work after that. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done. So that was my fucking earlier day. Or actually, that was my Tuesday. So now to the fun facts of the day, of my week. So obviously everyone knows the time of the season. It's deer seasons. Everyone's out there hunting. Everyone's trying to kill some deer, trying to fill their deep freezers, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
My neighbor, who I love near and dear, we're sitting there talking, and I look at him. I'm like, dude, what the fuck happened to your face? He goes, what do you mean? Why do you have a cut across the bridge of your nose and across your eye? I know that you didn't do what I think you do. And everyone who knows hunting and knows who's shooting guns automatically knows right there when I describe the cut,
Yeah.
knows what happened.
Yeah.
He scoped himself.
Yep.
And anybody that knows by scoping himself, that means he
Conk.
didn't hold the butt of his gun a little bit too tight and pulled the trigger, and the kickback of the scope.
I've never
happened
done
to
it, thankfully.
Yeah, I've done it. I've done it. Everyone's done it at least once or twice. That's
I'm
an avid
so
hunter.
thankful I haven't. I still haven't.
And he starts giggling at me. He goes, notice that. I'm like, you're too good of a hunter. I know better. We've had conversations. I know better than this. He goes, I had to prove a point. I'm sorry, what? You had to prove. He goes, listen. So I'm taking my daughter's boyfriend out for the first time hunting this year.
All right.
And we happen to go on, and this is, I showed him a couple of tricks of the trade. He goes to draw down on a deer, and he had the gun wrong. And I grabbed the gun and went, you don't do that. You're going to hurt yourself. You're not hitting the deer. You're going to wound the deer. Like he stopped this kid from shooting a deer because of the way this kid was holding a gun.
Did he not take him out to a range or something before?
Well, the kid said he knew how to shoot a gun, and he went on his word.
All right.
As soon they got back, he goes, why did you want me to shoot the deer? Blah, blah, blah. He goes, look at the way you would have. Listen, this is what happens. So he held his own gun the way this kid would have held it and pulled the trigger to shoot one and scoped himself as probable cause. Does anybody know how badly that fucking hurts to scope yourself?
It rocks your fucking.
You're doming yourself in the forehead with a high-powered rifle to prove a point.
Yeah, you're not taking a 22 out to hunt deer.
Literally. And I'm dude, I started laughing, and other than was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I don't think you realize.
Like you're gonna take a 30 or
no,
something.
This is the scope of our neighbor. This guy is willing to prove a point by losing an eyeball, basically. Attempting almost losing an eyeball. Because if you would have fucked that up, you would have lost an eyeball.
Yeah.
to prove a point. Seriously.
No, the first time I shot a 12 gauge double barrel, I pulled both triggers at the same time and fully laid out my ass on the ground.
You fucking deserved that.
Yeah, because I was like 10, 11 at the time, and it fully was just like conk, I'm down.
It happens.
Yeah, but it's like that's my worst one. I haven't had any other really bad ones besides that. I haven't been
Man,
scoped.
this dude, he
but
literally,
fuck.
it wasn't a bad nick, but you can see it was I'm like,
Nah, luckily.
that's impressive.
I
That's
almost shot my
impressive.
dad in the chin the first time I shot a pistol, but that's about it.
Well, it happens.
He put me in between a tree and a building. And so all the sound ricocheted and just rang in my ears.
Well,
And he didn't think about it or anything, obviously.
I'm moving on from that one.
And he was standing over my right shoulder, and his head was like right here. And I fully like just put it up and like under the
Jesus
chin.
Christ, finger control. Jesus.
It was fully just under his chin, like his kid
All right.
putting it
I'm
up.
moving on from gun safety and my fucking neighbor proving a point because clearly James is going to shoot us dead. Now,
I was like 9. Come on.
now to the fun story of my week.
Yeah, what happened? I want to hear these Reddit stories.
No, we'll get to those in a minute because this is
Yeah.
the fun story of my week. So a friend of mine that he likes to stay incognito, and and if I said his name, he'd be like, "God damn it, you motherfuckers shouldn't know my name." But everyone knows this guy because I have wild stories from him, and this is why I have wild stories from him because I love to fuck with him. Like he is one of the most uptight people in the world, but the most fun-loving people at the same time. If that ever makes sense to anybody.
Yeah.
Now, this person has lived a crazy lifestyle, and I haven't never ever been in the same room as his wife. I've talked to his wife on the phone. I've never seen him in real person. And it so happens to be today is his birthday. And this is literally no bullshit. This happened probably 20 minutes before we hit the record button.
All right.
And I knew I thought his birthday was tomorrow, but I figured I called him today, and today happened to be his birthday. I FaceTimed him. I'm like, "Hey man, what's going on? I just want to touch bases with you, fuck with you a little bit because you're a terrible friend. You're a terrible bad friend because you never call this, that, and the other, and you never touch base. Because hey man, I'm sorry, I'm super busy. Me and my wife are about ready to leave. We're heading out to the Bahamas for my birthday." And I'm like, "Take it easy, I'm like, "All right, white privilege." I'm like, "Wait a minute. Is your wife in the same room with you right now?" Mind you, we're on FaceTime.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah." I went, "Show me her right now because I don't believe she's real." And anybody who knows this person knows I love fucking with him because he always likes to outkick his coverage and the women that he dates and all that shit. So he flipped his phone around to show me his wife. I went, "Holy fuck, you're real." And she was like, "Yeah, I'm real." I went, "Holy shit. I thought you were some IA fucking sex robot that he bought offline." And she was like, "What the fuck?"
Robot.
And she's like, "What the fuck?" And he was like, "What the fuck, Biscuit?" And he flipped the phone around. "What the fuck?" And like most women do, she did the twirl. I went, she does a twirl, like, "Hey, yeah, I'm real." Woo.
Yeah.
And I went, "Holy shit." And he flipped the phone on back to him. And I went, "Holy shit." She's real. Yeah. I still don't believe it. He was like, what the fuck you mean you don't believe it? I'm like, because I see you, you Keebler elf looking motherfucker. And then I just seen her. And you're going to tell me she's a nurse practitioner and then she has an ass like that and she married you? Horse shit.
Yeah,
That's bullshit.
right.
That's a figment of your imagination. She ain't real and she's a hologram. Because I know you. It's bullshit. You keep and yep. I take a pause after that, and I wonder why I have no friends. But it's okay. All right, I gotta pee. I gotta take a minute. All right, I'll be right back.
That's what my
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I happened to forget where I was off in my story, and I apologize. Listen, this podcast right now, it's just a complete another shit show because
it's so good though. Also,
listen, all right. And I know I was talking about my buddy and his wife and how amazing they are and how he is a terrible husband. You know, because he definitely outkicked his coverage because there's no reason. And here, and that's where I was at. She did the twirl. I went, there's no reason. She's a nurse practitioner. There's no reason a woman should look that good with an ass like that and be that smart. That's bullshit. And
is it just cheating or something?
I'm pretty sure. And to marry a fucking Keebler elf looking motherfucker like he is, it's horseshit. And I just want to know. I mean it out of love. I really do, because if you ever see my wife and me, you obviously you guys agree the same thing. I'm a fucking gargoyle, and it's fine.
I think you're a lot better now than you used to be, at least.
Oh yeah, I'm like 135 pounds, fucking better.
No, you're not. Oh, lighter than yes. I thought you were saying you're 135 right now, and I was like,
yeah, but this,
hell no.
yeah. But this, literally, this dude looks like he should be making the fucking goddamn, what is it? The fucking cookie with the chocolate in the middle. What are those
Keebler.
called? The Keebler fucking sandwich chocolate cookies. He married a nurse practitioner who loves and adores him, who has better ass than brains. I don't get it. By the way, I already said all these jokes to him and her, and I'm like, by the way, I'm sorry if you find those offensive. Listen, I just can't believe you're with him, because I know him as a person. I know him dearly, and I love him dearly.
Have you seen Uncut Gems yet?
Yeah, it's a terrible movie.
Julia Fox's ass is distractingly big.
Yeah, Kanye.
Like, you can't watch that movie.
Why did that?
Seriously.
No, listen. And her ass ain't like that. But I just like to fuck with my friend because he outkicked this coverage, and I want to talk shit on him. That's where the story's at. It is, and that's where it is, because that's a true friend. When your buddy calls you, and that's the first time he has ever seen your wife, and he's just like, "You're a fucking Keebler elf. You should have a kilt yelling fucking freedom with fucking Mel Gibson and Braveheart, you fucking troll." Or looking for, or like, "My precious, you Gollum looking motherfucker."
Yeah.
And your buddy called you like, "That's your wife?" That's horseshit. And she's a nurse practitioner and she has brains. Bullshit. She ain't real. You order her offline from Elon Musk and fucking Tesla with the Neuralink bullshit. That's what happened.
Tesla.
Did I say Tesla?
Mm-hmm.
Tesla. Whatever. Y'all know what I'm fucking talking about. I've been drinking. Who gives a shit? I'm here to have fun. Fuck y'all. Have fun. That's what life's about. That's what we're here for, right? All right. I don't have any fucking news stories or anything like that, but I do have a fucking weird, depressing story that we all need to laugh at.
What Reddit stories?
Actually, you sent me this.
Oh, all right.
Why did it pop up over here? Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We have fucking technical difficulties as always. Because, well, anybody who knows me. I don't know if we played this or not, but we need to play it again if we have it.
Oh, it's so good.
And you got here yesterday with your parents after a 25-hour car ride, but as soon as you got into your hotel room, your dad walked in and immediately had a heart attack and died. And then you were in the hospital for a long time, and then these people who looked like they were in the CIA who worked for Disney upgraded you to a really fancy hotel, but you still have to stay in Disney World because they're doing an autopsy and it's your cousin's birthday, and so you're just pretending like everything is fine and wearing a stupid Mickey Mouse dress, but your dad's dead.
But, like,
It's so good. What do you mean?
Emotional damage.
where do we
so good.
begin? Where do we begin on this story?
It's so good.
Where is the beginning point? The 24-hour car ride, the showing up where dad's dead, the CIA agents upgrading, to you having to pretend like everything's okay because it's your cousin's birthday, or you being in a public bathroom describing all this. Where do we begin?
It's so good. I love it all.
There, for a simpleton story,
Oh my god.
for such a simpleton story, there's so many layers.
Oh yeah, like no, I could make one of these of like put a finger down if you went to a smoke sesh after having an Amber Alert of someone getting stabbed in your city, and then finding out later in the day it's your dad. Like, yeah, I could have one of these also. Yeah, I understand it.
But
I understand it.
well, that took a dark turn.
Oh, I
Like-
completely understand it. But fuck. At Disney World,
That's so fucking.
you know, I might be happy if I might have been better off if it was at Disney World. You know,
Right, like,
I might have been slightly better off.
I don't even know, like, where, like, there's so many layers. So many layers. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason why I kicked off the Reddit stories with that one. Because
I forgot about that one. I sent you that a while ago.
I know you're welcome.
Oh,
But don't worry, I'm gonna make it lighthearted from here on out. Maybe. We'll find out. You know, we'll find out. You know, it's like what that poor lady, like, you're going to the happiest place in the world, only to show up. Your dad drops dead, and then you have to pretend like it's okay.
Yeah. I would never see that cousin again.
Well, no, it's not
like
listen, it's not the cousin's fault that they're
I
celebrating.
get it's
his
not the
birthday.
cousin's fault, but seeing their face would just bring all that back and be like, no, fuck you.
No, it's
I'm out."
fucking going to Disneyland. Who wants to ride Magic Mountain thinking your dad dropped dead fucking 20 feet away?
You know, I connected to the cousin over Disneyland because I would want to go to Disneyland again over seeing that cousin.
Yeah. See, that's a psychopath rule, and I'm okay with it. I'm not mad at you, but yeah.
Just tie it mentally to the cousin instead of Disneyland.
Yeah. I get it. Now let's go to something wholesome, right? We need something wholesome after that one. Let's go to wholesome. Because I always want to know what kind of wings I would have.
Today's 5th grade unnecessary morning conversation. Student A, when I die and go to heaven, I hope I get my wings the first day. Student B, what kind you getting? I hope they got lemon pepper.
Like,
That's so good.
if I don't get Cajun wings when I show up to heaven, I'm gonna be
I
very
don't get
upset.
Korean barbecue wings. Yeah.
A Korean barbecue. I want the Korean jerk. All right, I'm gonna be upset right now. Because that's the heaven I want to go to. I don't want to be like Clarence from It's a Wonderful Life.
As a teacher, I would be
Let's ring a
losing my
bell.
mind.
Everyone gets wings. I want to show up to heaven. They were like, would you
Here's
like
these.
this? Would you like Caribbean jerk? Would you like buffalo? Would you like hot and That's the heaven I want to go to.
As a teacher, hearing that like from a distance, just slightly, I would be losing my fucking
No,
mind.
what you do, like, listen, and this is here, and this is, it's gonna sound like our commander in chief, Joe Biden, when I say this, but I want you to know I want to know it's whole hearts, coming from the whole heart. That's the type of kid you walk up, you give them a hug, and you look at them like, hey, keep that innocence from here until the day you leave the planet.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need in this world. We don't need any of the sex trafficking, fucking bullshit. We need kids talking like shit, like who wants to go to a fucking cross-dressing fucking transgender fucking drag queen show? We want kids talking like that. That's what we need. That's amazing. And we need more of it. Like, that's what we need. That needs to be in the 5 o'clock news. Little Timmy wants lemon pepper wings when he dies and go to, like, make that a fucking Make-A-Wish Foundation. You know, give him all of that. You know,
Just give him all that.
give them all of that. That's what we all need. You can all tell everyone. Listen, everyone, if you guys couldn't tell yet, I'm in a happy, I love everybody mood today. Because I want everyone to get everything they dreamed of. Well, maybe. Well, it's going to turn weird after this. All right. Once again, we're
It's
going
gonna
to
turn weird after this.
It's going right back into the lawsuit sway. We're just going to turn weird. All right, James, do we want unspoken rules or best revenge?
I think pest revenge, because that sounds closer to my life.
You want best revenge right now? Or do you want
Best
unspoken
revenge or
rules yet?
pest?
Best with a B.
I'm
Best
down
revenge.
with best. I'm down with best.
All right, let's try the best revenge. Let's try the best revenge story before, let's try that story before we try the other ones.
The other ones.
I ain't got too much more of this, Oh yeah, I got other things to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been drinking. I need a fucking producer to be here for
Scam
this.
me? Good luck leaving your
Soon
house.
enough.
One of my old friends would plow snow and lay salt during the winter. He had a customer stiff him, and the guy said there's nothing you can do about it. Wrong answer. For the next 2 years my buddy took great enjoyment of plowing that guy's neighborhood for free, and would put every bit of the snow in front of his house, driveway, sidewalk, front yard, as much as he could pile there. Then some days when he was feeling particularly petty if it was cold enough, he would bring 2 5-gallons of water with him, and pour it on top of the snow so it would get nice and crunchy. Anyone living in the Midwest knows just how much fun it is to
Sorry.
move snow that is mostly compressed ice from the plows. After 2 years of this, the guy gave up and said, okay, I'll pay you double what I owed you if you'll just please stop. He relented and took the cash, but not before commenting, turns out there is something I can do about you not paying. I aspire to that level of petty.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you've never had to shovel snow or had to deal with that,
Those contractors make quite a bit of money, but good on him.
Oh,
He wasn't losing a lot of
I-
money. He wasn't losing a lot of money by doing that, but
all
that
right,
is awesome.
listen. I know somebody who owns their own tree service and snow
Yeah,
plowing
same.
company,
Yeah.
and I know the overhead that they have for them to plow snow during the winter. It's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass job. Because you're up all night, you're tired, you have to do certain cycles because you have to keep up the contract. But you don't have a lot of overhead. For this guy to plow a subdivision
If he's hired by like the city though, he's got
and has listen, this guy needs one contract, and that's it. For him to do this for free.
basically, yeah.
For him to plow all that snow in front of this one person's house that jaded him.
He's got like 2 or 3 contracts going or more.
Bravo.
Oh, yeah.
This dude isn't losing money. He ain't losing sleep.
No,
And
yeah,
he
that's what
didn't
I'm
lose
saying.
nothing.
Yeah.
This dude went.
You know what?
This dude was playing checkers when that other dude was playing chess and went,
Other way around, but yes.
you know what I'm saying? And he went, I got your ass, Mr. Postman. Made this person's life a living hell. I'm talking a monthly living hell.
Oh yeah. So good.
And for him to be like, well, let's add insult to injury. Let's throw some water on top of it. That is like someone peeing in your Cheerios and you have nothing to do about it. That is someone in prison eating your last piece of cornbread and you ain't got the big dick at the table. And that's amazing. That's amazing. And that's amazing. Truly amazing. I fucking love it. I love shit like that where
Oh yeah.
everyone gets theirs in the end. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to some unspoken rules. James, if you need me to pause, you just let me know. Because these are some unspoken rules I think all adults need to hear by. All right. And then once again, we'll see where it goes.
What are the unspoken rules of sex? If you or they fart or queef, just move on like nothing happened. Even if the other person didn't ask about your STD history, if you have something, say something. Lock the door if you're at Nana's house. If Nana walks in and sees you having sex, then just keep going. If you stop, you're the one that got caught having sex. If you keep going, Nana is the pervert that was watching you have sex. Watch your dick. Vag to ass, never ass to vag. That's how we get kidney infections, not in her hair. If she says I am close, do not go fast, slow or anything. Just keep doing what you're doing. Wash your asshole, not your ass. If you're unsure what to do, just put something in your mouth and hope for the best. Don't wipe your dick in the curtains. If your
All right.
Don't wait. Who needs to be told that?
Listen.
Who needs to be told that?
Stop. I have a story.
Who needs to be told that?
Stop. Jamie, I need you to listen to me. Look at me.
I'm disappointed in you.
Nope. Shut the fuck up. Who's your favorite comedian right now?
Tom Segura.
Okay. Tom Segura has a bit about wiping his dick on the curtains.
Really?
Hear me out. When I was a younger lad, and when I say as a
That's
younger lad, I am in my
gross.
40s now. And when I was a younger lad, I had to travel a lot, and I spent a lot of time in hotel rooms by myself because, well,
There's towels.
shut the fuck up for a minute. And I have a sense of humor.
It's not a sense of humor.
It is a sense of humor because what's the one thing they don't replace in hotel rooms?
That's not a sense of humor.
What is the one thing they do not replace in hotel rooms?
My statement still stands, but curtains.
It's the curtains. So, when I used to be in hotel rooms by myself and I used to do those fun things, I used to not only just happen to wipe off in the curtains because I was thought it was haha funny. The funny thing is, years later, I was watching a stand-up comedian by the name of who? Jamie, what is your name? What is your favorite?
Tom Segura.
Had a fucking comedy bit of he goes, when I jerk off in hotel rooms, I wipe my dick off in the curtains because they don't replace him. I was like, I did that too because I'm a sick weirdo.
I was about to say that's not it.
Oh no, it's just a ha funny because they're replacing those and they're doing a complete remodel. And sometimes when you're a loner, you just want to leave your mark. All right, continue. You want anything to say before
You're
I get
horrible.
I am a terrible person.
Wash your asshole, not your ass. If you're unsure what to do, just put something in your mouth and hope for the best. Don't wipe your dick in the curtains. If your bodies push together in a weird way and you make a fart noise with your chests or something, it's okay to laugh. That shit is funny.
That shit is funny.
That shit is funny. Jamie, you okay right now? I feel like you're disappointing me a little bit.
That's fucking disgusting.
Which one?
The curtains.
Do you know any Motel 6, Comfort Ends, Jury Ends? Listen, man. Listen.
It's horrible.
I feel like that Johnny Cash song. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man.
That is horrible.
I lived
no,
a
that's
weird
not a
life.
practical joke. That's not.
Listen,
No.
do you know how many people that ripped open their curtains at a hotel room was like, look at this beautiful skyline? And it was like, I have dead baby biscuits on my hands and they never knew it.
Nope.
All right. I might get a little too personal today. It's okay. I love everyone. I love you guys. Stay for a minute. I think I have one more story. One more story. I do have one more story. I have one more story for you guys. I want to let you all know something. Males, it's going to be painful. Females, it's going to be funny. They, thems, you're going to be undecisive on this one. Jamie might cry.
Huh.
And that's how we're going to go from here on out. All right.
The fuck?
This one's a painful one, everybody. I think it's painful. I'll say that.
My buddy's
Swollen
girlfriend kicked him in the nuts during an argument. He calls me and asks to come over. I get to his house, and he is on the couch, ice on the crotch, no underwear, and a white Fruit of the Loom wife beater. I'm like, WTF bro, what's going on? He tells me. I laugh. He moves the ice from his nuts. I gasp. Shit you not. His nuts were 2 grapefruits. I told him to get some boxers on. He's crying that just the cloth putting them on hurts too much, and I need to take him to the hospital. Talk about awkward, me walking him into the emergency room. 2 dudes. one fully clothed, the other in just a white sleeveless shirt, ass hanging out, walking like a baby with a fully loaded diaper with ice on his crotch. He had to get his neck strained. No permanent damage.
What?
Alright.
That lady donkey kicked him right in the testicles. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That was a donkey kick into the balls.
That's a good one.
Like, let's take a minute. No. James, have you been kicked in the balls by a female
Yeah.
and hate?
No.
There's no such pain that God's ever created. Mike Tyson could speed bag your testicles.
I don't think I'll be in that situation, luckily.
Thank God you don't want that pain. For this man to go through that pain. Thank God I've never read through it. I've had people describe it to me. For this man. Bravo. And I'll let you know. Whatever you did to piss off your woman for her to donkey kick you like that, I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it.
That is fucking gnarly. What else you got?
That's it. That's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. That was the
Oh,
last story for the
shit.
week. Listen,
Hmm.
I'm going to say this. Before I need to say this. If you are not listening to the Patreon, because we have stories like the donkey kick here. If you're not subscribing to the Patreon to listen to Asperger's response on his drive home for the poo knife episode,
Oh, I knew
Yet
you
alone.
said that. Yeah.
the poo for him to freak out the way that is, for the stories that we are finding here, we need you to share with your friends, to subscribe to the Patreon. We need support here, ladies and gentlemen. I am begging you here now. I'm not even asking nicely. I am begging you. Go subscribe, because the Patreon channel is so much fun. You get this episode a day early. You get the Kelly's drive home. You get to hear about his review on these podcasts, because he can't join these. And obviously we're telling these wild fucking stories here. I have a laundry list of more coming. I need you guys to go do that. Oh, I'm sorry. I just went on a tangent. I need to go drink some more. And it's been a long drinking day for me. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it?
It's like almost 7 for me.
Holy shit, it's 6 o'clock. I've been drinking since 10:30 this morning, ladies and
We've
gentlemen.
been on here since 3 my time, if I'm not wrong.
Well, I don't even know what fucking time we started recording. I'm sorry if this is long. I love you all. I really do. James, record everything or plug everything. What do you got?
I ain't got much. It is Kank_eater. And yeah. Go check me out. And yeah, that's about it. Go listen
All
to
right.
Naked Robots.
Naked Robots. That's it. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. I have been going through a lot. And I've been posting a lot more on social media. Go follow us on, like, if you really truly want to hear what's going on. Like, I don't get too personal or anything like that. It's just my fun-loving life. And everyone knows me. You guys can clearly hear this. I am a fun-loving person. I like weird shit, and I like pointing out the fun facts in it, so we all feel better about our life. Because I believe there is no such thing as a bad example. You can always learn from something. Come hang out with me on social media. Follow us at losers_loss on Twitter. Go follow us at loss_losers podcast on Instagram. Go follow us on same thing on TikTok. Where else am I at, Jimmy? If you want to send us some weird stories, lostloserspodcast@gmail.com. Go to the Patreon channel. Please, please, please. That you get the episode a day early. You hear the Kelly's Drive Home episodes. Those are so much fun. You will feel better about your life. We are here about pumping you up, pumping you up.
Yo.
It's fun here. We
All
are
right,
all
I'm
about
about to piss
fun.
myself. But we got
No,
the
I got one
last-
more thing. I
Yeah.
need one more thing for
Come on.
closing out this episode. Because you know me, I love ruining everything for you guys.
Yeah, what's the last
James,
clip? Come on.
fucking pee yourself. I don't give a shit. Shut up. All right. Come on, everybody. Don't worry. Go to rehab.
Oh no.
Tried to make me go to rehab, I said no.
Oh no.
Yes, I'm getting back, but when I come back, no.
Oh, that is funny.
I fucking love you guys. Good night. Fuck off. Go fuck something. Be good.
Ah.
Bye.